you guys. We found a really nice spot to park overnight last night outside of White Sands National Park. We're right on the water. We're kind of lounging around this morning because I kind of screwed up. We were planning to go to Carlsbad Caverns National Park today, but I had forgotten that you have to reserve by 5 a.m. the day that you're going to go. I didn't do that. So, Steve made some breakfast. We're just enjoying where we are. And I think today's just going to be a work day because we don't have a ticket. So I guess we'll get a ticket today so we can check it out tomorrow morning. We'll just go with the flow, figure things out as we go.
No.
What?
Guess what I just realized?
I have no idea.
I left my sneakers at Planet Fitness.
Are you serious? Where?
I threw them in an empty locker just because I had so much stuff and I was rushing around, and then I forgot to grab them. Well, I guess it's not a huge loss because those sneakers were beyond their life.
Oh my goodness.
But it kind of puts a damper on the rest of the trip.
Well, we just need to get you some new sneakers.
Dang it.
Well, it's funny how things work out sometimes because obviously we couldn't have done the cavern today then if you didn't have your sneakers. I couldn't imagine what you were going to tell me when you said, oh no. But it's funny because yesterday I was thinking, we've been looking at thrift stores for shoes because we don't like to pay full price. But we do often get Steve new sneakers because he plays basketball and he wears the tread off like you've seen quite often. So I was just thinking we should just go get you some new sneakers. So maybe today's the day, since we don't have a deadline, that we can go do some shoe shopping.
I guess so. I tend to drag my feet on purchases. No pun intended.
Get it.
But if we're going to do any more exploring or hiking, we definitely need some shoes. So it kind of forces my hand a little bit, or forces my feet.
Bump.
Either way, I can't believe I did that. Man.
I couldn't imagine what you were going to tell me. I thought maybe like somebody was stuck outside, or like the water had come up and it was like around our van. I couldn't figure out. It's too funny that you left your sneakers.
Even when I did it, I put them in the locker and I'm like, I have to remember that I did this.
I don't think it's any great loss. So you just have to wear your sandals now when we go for a walk. We won't go too far, I guess.
All right, well, before we take off in this area, we're just going to go for a little bit of a walk. Check it out.
Stretch your legs.
And Audra's in her nice comfy sneakers. And me, because I'm an idiot, I'm in my flip-flops.
So this is where we are. Pollen and wastewater evaporation pond. And it's quite pretty. And the mountains in the distance are really pretty too. Look, it's a little bit like Yellowstone. And it's a little stinky.
All right, I'm out. I'm not dressed appropriately.
I told you to wear a sweatshirt. Look at all the ducks. And it's hard to see. I think there's a bunch of grebes by the shape of some of the birds I see. Can you guys hear that? I'm not sure what's nearby here, but I just heard what sounded like several gunshots and all the birds took off. It was really cool to hear their wings and then to see them all in the air. Hope I don't get pooped on. Alright, I guess it's time to head back. This is one of the first days we've woken up to a cloudy day. It's been quite a while. So a little bit of clouds and cold, but the sun's peeking out. I imagine it'll get nicer as the day goes on. I think it's actually been since Florida that we've seen this many birds. Definitely missing my SLR camera. So sad that that died. I can't give you any close-up pictures of the birds. go. Find some shoes for Steve. I think he's ready. Ready to go shoe shopping? I see you finally put on a sweatshirt.
I did. A nice comfy one from Souter Motors.
What's Souter Motors?
It's where we bought this van from. If you need a van, or any vehicle for that matter, give them a call. Or check them out online, soutermotors.com.
And that's not even a paid promotion. We just really trust them, and we think if you're looking for a vehicle, you should go there. There's our bump meter going off. Time to do some shoe shopping.
So they have some decent shoes. Like I'd be interested in this one, but not my size.
Those size 13 feet will get you every time.
Well, we gave it the good college try there at Shoe Depot. So, struck out. Now we're going to go to Dollar Tree. Maybe they have some shoes. Well, sorry to report they didn't have any shoes, but did have some
Disinfectant wipes?
Yep.
For the library.
Just wrap my feet in disinfectant wipes.
Right. We tried another, this time a thrift store. We didn't find anything for Steve. We found a couple possibilities for me, but they didn't quite fit. So, gotta keep going.
I feel like we're getting closer and closer.
Closer and closer. We can feel it. That was fun. We were just driving, and I just happened to look out the window, and a guy held his phone out the window and kind of shook it at us to show that he had, I guess, subscribed to our channel, or at least was looking at our channel.
It's one of those moments where we wish we would have caught it on tape. It's pretty funny. Big old smile.
It's easy to miss those moments, but it was fun anyway. All right, is the third time a charm?
I'm feeling it. Or maybe I just have to poop.
Third time was not a charm. We're gonna have to keep looking.
Well, the search continues.
Try number 4.
Audra spotted a Marshall's and a Ross, so we made a quick detour.
And there's a Melrose, whatever that is. Maybe that's got something.
Check out the color. Well, we struck out yet again at Ross and Marshall's. Now we're going to try a sporting goods store. We'll see. Starting to lose hope. Well, we are striking out so far with stores and thrift stores, but the hunt continues.
Does anyone other than me find it interesting that this is called the National Forest? I don't see any trees around.
There's kind of one.
A bush and a yucca.
That's for you, Thomas.
Well, this definitely looks more like a forest now, but I don't know if we're actually in the National Forest anymore. But it's wild, like where we've been, there have been no big trees, and all of a sudden there's like all these big trees. This actually reminds me of Flagstaff, because when we were in northern Arizona, there were like no trees, and then all of a sudden when we got to Flagstaff, it was all forest again, just like here. Earlier it's just been all kind of, is it more arid and like low shrubs and stuff, and now there's just trees everywhere. I definitely like the trees. So we just did a couple little turnarounds because we were driving and saw what might be an a nice view. There's a pull-off for an old trestle bridge. And it looks like you're going to see a lot just because we're up at higher elevation.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting any of this when we were looking at the map earlier. I thought this was going to be kind of a straight shot to Carlsbad, but quite mountainous and nice views.
So this is Mexican Canyon Trestle Vista in the Lincoln National Forest. You want to see something cool?
Yep.
I don't know if you'll be able to see on the camera, but check out that distance. And do you see all the white? That's White Sands National Park. Can you guys see the clouds coming through over the trees? That's what's probably making it so cold, but it's one of my favorite things to see. Okay, it's cold. That's enough of that. Look at this cute little town in the middle of nowhere. And another thrift store to check out.
So, I have to share this little moment. Audra's looking at the cell phone here, the map, and she was like, what does that say? What'd you call it?
So I had my glasses up here. I could have just put them down. This shows how bad my eyesight is when I try to read small things. I thought it said church front. We might have a winner. At least for tomorrow.
Might be a temporary thing, but they're only asking $5. They're my size. They're not quite my style, but we'll see.
Are they too tight?
Well, we keep striking out. I thought we were close there, at least for a temporary fix. Yeah, we both thought they were only asking $5 for those. So we thought, why not? But then as I tried them on, the right shoe, the very back, as you can tell, is like out of air. So it's like squishes. So.
And then we realized they were actually charging...
They were asking $65.
at the thrift store. Oh well. But how cute is this little mountain town? That was totally unexpected. We might have struck out with the shoes, but it was perfect timing to go to the bathroom. So this cute little town is Cloudcroft, New Mexico. It's pretty chilly here, but we realized there's a library right near where we were just shopping. And we're gonna do some work and have some lunch. Have lunch first, then do some work. And then we're gonna get out of here because they're actually gonna have snow tonight, possibly. That's kind of crazy after the weather we've been having. All right, so making a little bit of lunch here. I'm making chicken salad, and I'm using this little rechargeable blender that my dad gave us. I don't think it's made for chicken per se. I think it's more for like smoothies and stuff, but it does the job. Oh, if I can just get the top back on. There. Oh, I think the battery. I haven't charged it in a long time. I either got it stuck or the batteries run out. Let's see. Did it? Oh, there it goes. Nope, I think the battery. There. Alright, you ready for some lunch?
Mmm.
There you go.
Chicken salad. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Steve puts cheese and pickles on his chicken salad. So I tried pickles on mine today, and I have decided I'm a chicken salad purist. When it comes to a chicken salad sandwich, that's all I want on there is chicken salad. That's the official consensus.
I could probably do without the cheese, but you definitely have to have pickles. It's just chicken without the pickle.
Not true, there's mayonnaise in there too.
Oh, great Aunt Louise. Man, is it cold out there.
I think we're up in the mountains. I was not expecting this cold weather.
It's 37 on the dash.
Oh!
It feels like snow, and they're calling for it, right, in
Yes,
this area?
tonight. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
So this little town, Cloudcroft, is very aptly named. It's in the clouds. Is an anomaly the right word? Like, it's so weird that we're in New Mexico. Oh, there's elk. Hold on. So case in point right there, this just does not feel like New Mexico. I feel like we're in Colorado, or like a combination of Colorado and the Pacific Northwest or something. Doesn't it not feel like New Mexico?
Right.
Like, we were in New Mexico, it was hot, dry, no tall trees, and now it's like, seriously, like Pacific Northwest. All cloudy, cold, damp. It's kind of crazy.
It's a cute little town. I would recommend hanging out there. I'm not sure what else might be the draw. I don't know if there might be skiing in the area, but it's got a feel of a town that is definitely trying to prove itself. I don't know, just kind of neat. And like Audra said, if nothing else, just drive through for the scenery. Now it says 34 on the dash. Well, down to the last resort, Walmart. All right, I think I may have found a solution. Even if it is something of a temporary one, some decent looking shoes, and only $15. At this stage of the game, beggars can't be choosers. All right, well, mission accomplished. Kind of. Good enough for now. We were just counting, and I think we went to about 10 stores today looking for shoes. Good old Wally World. Pretty nice, all things considered. Has some style, certainly some function. Probably not a long-term solution, but for what was $16 after tax, it's fine.
And now we can go to the caverns.
Yep.
Good morning, you guys. It's a rainy day this morning. I'm just looking out the window here at the back of the van, chilling out a little bit. Steve's making some breakfast this morning. It's not been very typical for us to have any rain or clouds since we got on the road full time. It's kind of nice, a little bit cozy here in the van, but I think we've been spoiled by all the sun and blue skies. So we're gonna have to bundle up today a little bit and get ready for some cold weather. Today, we actually have tickets for Carlsbad Caverns, so that's where we're heading soon.
Gonna try something a little different this morning. Gonna do eggs with ham and cheese.
Living life on the edge, huh?
Yep.
Not a very scenic view this morning, is it? Parked outside of Walmart. But on the bright side, gas prices are a lot cheaper. Steve especially has been very excited about those low prices on gas that I mentioned. Oh, so has the kitty. I think, was it as soon as we got into New Mexico that the prices seemed to really drop?
Yeah.
We got into Las Cruces and we're like, whoa, I think the prices had been around $4 a gallon. How are you doing, kitty? And now they're down below 3, so that's good. Huh? What are you doing? Coming to hang out with Mama? You come to be with your mama, kitty? Huh? You hanging out with your mama?
All right, well, I'm happy that gas prices are dropping. we were paying $4 and more once we pulled into Colorado. And like Audra said, once we got here to New Mexico, noticed the price is starting to drop, which is awesome. What I am looking forward to, what we're not used to being East Coasters, is this 86 octane business. It's just not something we have. I understand it has something to do with elevation and all that, but so many times that has tricked me to think, oh, we can get even better gas price. Like it was listed at $2.79 this morning, which is fantastic from what we have been paying for the past few years. But once we pulled up to the pump, realized, oh, that's just for the 86 octane. For the next level up, which would be 88 in this case, it was $3.24. So again, I'm happy that it is as low as it is, but that trickery,
how dare they? This is definitely some unique weather for us since we've been on the road. It might be good that it's like this because today is actually a holiday, which I try to avoid big tourist attractions and national parks on holidays. But since I didn't get a ticket for yesterday, we had to come today. It's Veterans Day, and that's also one of the days that it's free admission into national parks. So hopefully there won't be too many people. It might probably help that there's a ticketing system for going into the cavern.
I was just thinking about that as well. In the 4 months now that we've been doing full-time van life, I think this is the first day that we've had rain. Like we've had some showers at night, maybe a passing storm, but this is the first full-on, they're forecasting rain throughout the whole day. It's the first time for us, which is kind of wild to think about. In a 4-month stretch of time, this is our first encounter with a full day of rain.
I guess that's what you get when you travel out west. So with this change of weather, the complication for us is keeping the van battery power system charged for our lights and all that stuff, fans, etc. With this kind of cloud cover, we're not going to be doing much solar charging, so it's good that we're driving a lot today. That works out. Hopefully we'll keep the unit charged up.
Yeah, the most important thing is keeping our fridge running. Obviously don't want all of our food to go bad. All the other stuff, like the lights and the fans, we can kind of do without, especially when out the weather is a little bit cooler. Don't need to worry about air circulation as much, but we got to keep that fridge cold. Wait for me! Yep.
Let's go check out some caverns. So when we got here, Steve's phone said 11:30 and our reservation was 10:30, so we thought we were late, so we rushed in, and then we found out that the phone changed because of the tower right nearby Texas, so we're fine. So now we're taking the elevator down to see the caverns. The caverns are 754 feet, or 75 stories below ground level. Our ride was about 1 minute, with the elevator traveling about 9 miles per hour.
Hey, going up.
I don't think we had to worry about it being crowded down here.
No. Got the place to ourselves.
Pretty cool down here.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Whoa. Once we got down into the caverns, we began the 1.2-mile loop through what is called the Big Room. This part of the cavern is approximately the same size as 6 football fields. It's the largest single cave chamber by volume in North America. The total length of the rooms and passages in the caverns is still unknown, but the explored part of the main cavern is more than 30 miles long with over 119 caves. 3 miles are open to visitors. That's pretty cool. I'll be honest, I wasn't totally thrilled about coming down underground for a national park, but it's actually pretty cool. It's pretty neat to see all the different shapes and designs and patterns and the depth of everything.
So a thought that keeps bouncing around in my head is being the first person to come through here and explore. It had to be a little nerve-wracking.
Exploration has continued over the years in the cavern, with new areas discovered, but it's pretty wild to think about how many areas still have never been explored.
This has the feel of equal parts Goonies and Indiana Jones.
This reminds me of the poor unfortunate souls in The Little Mermaid.
Well, that was fun. We're back topside, as you can probably deduce. And we're heading outside of the park now. So, what do you think, Audra?
One pleasant surprise is certainly the drive that we're on here that goes from the cavern and back. Was not expecting it to be this mountainous, and when we got up there to be at that kind of elevation, so that was kind of cool. Honestly, like I mentioned before, I wasn't really thrilled too much with the idea of coming to the caverns. I really could have skipped it, but now I'm very glad that I didn't. I think I've learned that I just find pure joy in exploring, and that did not disappoint. It was so cool just to see all the intricacies of the different formations, the different kinds of formations, the different layers. Like, you know, we'd have some stalactites and stalagmites closer to us, and then a lot more formations further back. And then sometimes you could see through little windows to like caves behind. So it was pretty fantastic. Not my favorite national park, but I still really enjoyed it.
It was pretty cool. I would definitely recommend doing it if you're ever in the area. You can spend a lot of time down there just exploring. It's just cool views after cool views, and kind of really think about how it all formed and all the exploration that went on over the years. And pretty neat to see the one sign that said a lot has been explored, but there's still plenty more to be explored down there. Anyway, really neat. Glad we went.
So just a little bit of a recap about the park. A reminder that you have to, as of now anyway, you have to reserve tickets by 5 a.m. the day of your visit. If you don't do it by then, you're in trouble. So it's $1 a person to reserve tickets, and then it's $15 a person to get into the park, or it's free with the park pass, which we have, so that comes in handy.
And for those keeping track at home, I'm glad I got shoes at Walmart. it wouldn't have been fun to do the cavern in flip-flops.
I don't think they actually let you either. I think one of the rules is that you have to have sneakers or closed-toed shoes. Another thing to remember. Well, we have this van pointed east. We are going to be making our way towards San Antonio tonight. Not the whole way there. We're going to find a halfway point. So we've got a few hours here in the van. And because of the cloudy day and the longer drive, we actually are charging our power unit with the van as we drive. We are actually making our way back to Florida for Thanksgiving. So since we left Vegas, it's been that slow trip east back. We're looking forward to actually getting back and seeing some family. But I think that's how many weeks? 2.5 weeks yet?
3 weeks.
About 2 weeks left. Is that right?
Yep.
2 weeks. So we have a lot to cram in between now and then. And we're going to take you along with us still a little bit today. We're going to go look for a place to do some work, and we need to find an overnight spot for the night. There's a little bit of fall. We stopped at McDonald's for a little working dinner. It's not every restaurant that would have outlets that we can use and free Wi-Fi, so thank you, McDonald's.
All right. Well, the weather continues to be on the nasty side. So we just pulled over at a rest stop. And we had plans to go to a scenic spot, but thought it wasn't worth the extra miles.
Yeah, with it being cold and rainy and generally just nasty. But the nice thing is, it's pretty cozy in the van. We've mentioned before we don't really have any heat source other than our own bodies. And I think apparently we've done a good job on insulating the van. So if you're curious about that, you can actually go see that in some of our old van build videos about how we insulated. But yeah, it's really comfortable in here. I would say that we had a great time in Carlsbad at the cavern today. Yep. The last couple of days we've done a lot more driving than normal, but that's kind of worked out with the weather, and it's enabled us to get a lot of work done. We got some work done today and yesterday, and also some van chores. We were able to dump our gray water, switch out our fresh water, and do some other things. Mm-hmm. So, productive day.
Well, this is where we're going to leave you for this video. We appreciate you watching and your support. As always, we love hearing from you, so please drop us a comment below.
And we'll see you next time, as always.
See ya.
Bye, guys. Bye, buddy.